My best friends live in the woods. The Adventures of Albert by Anne Michelle Moracek.
In a dream, in a trance, my spirit flies to the pink horizon of the forest, where fairies say, "Come and play," and the animals say, "There's a better way, an enchanted land of love. My best friends live in the woods."
Chapter 4. A story about crickets. Crickets are very amazing creatures. They sing with their legs. Who do you know that sings with their legs? How peculiar. When the sun sets and the moon floats its silver orb into the sky, the crickets rub their legs together like fiddles and play dance music for the forest fairies. In the spring, the fairies dance around the columbine flowers, and when they get tired, they sit in the cups of the daffodils. But on a summer night, they prefer to dance among the hollyhocks and calendula that bloom along the path. As you know, raccoons are nocturnal. They prefer to be awake all night, attending the fairy festivals and washing their food in the bubbling stream by moonlight. Mother Skunk, however, insisted her family be all tucked into their beds at night to yawn and blink awake as the sun rises. "Your papa was caught in a trap at night. I think he would have seen it in the daylight," she would remind her children. For Albert, this proved to be somewhat of a problem. Mother Skunk, of course, insisted Albert be all tucked in with her 23 children as the sun sets. "I can't be up both day and night to watch over all of you. Albert, you will just have to learn to sleep at night," she would say as she kissed his forehead and tucked the covers in close around him. Albert did his best, but often in his dreams he would remember moonlit walks to the stream with his raccoon mother and sister, and the great fun they would have at the fairy dances, listening to the wonderful cricket orchestra. One day, Albert was extra tired and extra grumpy at breakfast. Mother Skunk, being wise and understanding, said to Albert, "You were awake at night again, weren't you, dear?" Albert nodded. "Would you like to tell your brothers and sisters about what happens in the forest at night? They would enjoy hearing your stories." Albert smiled and perked up. He would indeed like to tell of the silver moon and the cool breezes and the enchanting music of the crickets that the fairies danced to. All the skunk children sat around the kitchen table, wide-eyed with wonder as they ate porridge and listened to Albert. When he was finished, they were all silent in awe. The first one to speak was Molly. "Oh, Albert, no wonder you like being awake at night. I used to think you were just naughty and foolish, but now I understand. I wish I could stay up all night and watch the fairy dances." Mother Skunk smiled. "Now you should all be more understanding when Albert is tired and grumpy in the morning, for he has trouble sleeping at night. But unless the sun sets in the middle of the day, you will just have to imagine it from Albert's stories." "But it would be so lovely to hear the cricket song." All the others finished their porridge and scampered out to the meadow to play. All that is, except Molly. Her mind was filled with imaginings of moonlight, and her heart was filled with longing to hear the crickets. Days passed, and she could not forget the story Albert had told. Each night at bedtime, she would ask the moon, "Please, moon, please, just once, please come out in the day and let the crickets sing." And the moon heard her and began to plan. As the beautiful moon traveled through space around our delicate blue earth, she slowly adjusted her path. And one day, while all the skunk children were out in the meadow, it happened. "Look!" cried Molly, wide-eyed and a bit frightened. "Look at the moon!" "I have never seen so huge a moon in the middle of the day," Albert exclaimed. The moon rose higher and higher, and ever so steadily it placed itself right in front of the sun. And as it did, the whole world turned to night. Shadows began to fall, and it got cool and dark as night. "It's happening!" Molly jumped up and down with excitement. "The moon heard me!" "Shh, quiet. Listen," Albert said. And then, in the middle of the day, it was night, and the crickets began to sing. They played their fiddle legs, and all the skunk children danced in the meadow. Then, just as it had started, the moon slowly left the sun and gave the world back its light. Molly was happy in her heart of hearts. She had heard the crickets. They are truly amazing creatures.